Hello, Hero of Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope you all are doing fantastic. And today we are going to be doing a quick fire review of the X-Men 97 Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, the 2024 retro carded Spider-Man Wave Tombstone, and the Target exclusive deluxe Sam Wilson Captain America. And let's start with the X-Men 97 figures. Alright, kicking off this review, we're getting into the X-Men figures, and we'll start with Jean Grey. This is a decent update to previous Jean Grey figures we've gotten in this costume. I like the new sculpted details, how they're actually like embedded in the costume. I think the previous figure had them actually raised sculpts as well, or actually like 3D, not just printed. But I really do appreciate the new pinless limbs on this figure. Jelly Leg Jean is a phrase that is thrown about in the Marvel Legends community, and for good reason, but this one seems to put a stop to that. I do appreciate the new head sculpts, though I will say the ponytail one is my favorite of the two. Not that the long-haired one is bad, just I'm not loving the vibe it has. But with all the good that this figure has, the biggest complaint I have is the fact that we have a dumbbell at the torso articulation, but it's at the waist, and it's not utilized very well. There's hardly any crunch forward. There's a lot of crunch back, but then it gets gappy. Mine's got chewing because I've tried to articulate it in different ways, and it just started eating at it. And then the actual way to stand her, she always wants to either lean forward or lean back, and when you balance her on her legs, it always looks just a little bit off. So the torso articulation needed to be something different. If they would have done the super articulated torso, that would have been amazing and probably made this the perfect Jean Grey figure. I would have even taken the basic female torso articulation that we've gotten in the past. So with that being said, I think I'm going to have to give this figure a 6 out of 10. It's got some nice updates, but damn, that torso articulation really brings it down for me. I'm really becoming an articulation snob, and the females really seem to lack when it comes to torsos. Next up is Nightcrawler. Now there's a lot of new here, but it's also just pinless on a figure we have previously gotten. I have the previous Nightcrawler figure, and this one is a really good update to that. I love the fact that we have the pinless limbs now. It makes him a bit more sturdy and kind of phases out more of that Pizza Spidey body. I believe the torso is reused, and I think he gets about the same amount of range. I didn't really do any tests, but it's a really good figure and a really good update. He's got the sculpted details on the boots and the gloves now, around the forearms and about the shin, so I really appreciate that. And the new heads, they aren't too bad. The animated sculpts are not my favorite from the X-Men 97 line, but these, I think they could work in a comic display. I haven't fully decided which heads I will be using on this figure, whether it be these animated heads or the previous comic heads. I would say my only complaint is the fact that we did not get grip hands with this figure, and even maybe some swords. I will probably be stealing the grip hands from the first Nightcrawler release, but they really should have come with this one, especially since not everybody got that first Nightcrawler figure, so that would be my only complaint with this guy. Otherwise, he is a lot of fun, and he's pretty perfect, I gotta say. And with that, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Moving on to Tombstone, we've got a really big, bulky, suited guy here, and I really like this figure. I was not expecting to enjoy this as much as I did. Suited figures aren't always my jam, but this one is very sturdy and was pretty fun to pose. My Tombstone is the one from the Spectacular Spider-Man show. I said my Tombstone like I own him or something, but no, like my mind's eye, I should say, is from the Spectacular Spider-Man animated show. And this, every time I did a new pose with him, I could just hear the voice actor's voice in my head, and it was just perfect with this figure. So I had a lot of fun, especially because of that. I do appreciate the new body. The fact that it's a new sculpted, suited body gives us options for other characters to put on this body. I'm curious about seeing a Luke Cage on this body, because Mayor Luke Cage would be a fun figure to get. But my main complaint with this figure, and especially this new mold, is the neck articulation system. It has the head sculpts where they're molded with the neck all the way down to the base of the neck, and then there's just a ball at the base. There's no extra head articulation, and it is really limited, and it's something that I don't want to see made to be a standard with some figures. Like, I don't want it to be common that we get this often. This is the second figure to have this system, and I don't want it to continue. It's a bad trend. It's one I don't like. There might be some people out there that do. Me personally, I do not care for it for my figures. So that's a major complaint on my end, and with that, I'm going to have to give Tombstone an 8 out of 10. And last but certainly not least, we have Sam Cap, the deluxe Captain America figure from Target. I really do appreciate them doing a new Sam Cap, especially with the Captain America Brave New World, or is it New World Order? I can't remember at this point. With the new movie coming up, we just got a trailer for it not that long ago. So I do appreciate them doing this and actually including the wings this time around. Those were a really nice addition. I really appreciate that. And they turned out really well on this figure. It was a lot of fun to pose. It was very dynamic. I love it a lot. And the new shield, I really do appreciate that, because I've been kind of keeping up with all the new Captain America books when I can, and having this very modern shield for Sam Cap here, it's showing that they're paying attention to the comic books, and I really do appreciate that. Now, my issues with this is the whole body needed to be updated. Like, it's very gummy in some of the joints. His torso is very squat, to where I have to have his back arch to make him seem like he's like the proper height he needs to be, or standing upright. Getting an extra head with maybe some facial hair, because he has had and not had facial hair in the books before, would have been really nice. And then maybe including an extra shield where it's the standard printing. I really like the new shield mold, so getting the standard shield and this new shield I would have really liked that, because then I could have upgraded my other Sam Cap figure along with having this one in the collection. So it's something that they didn't have to do. I just really would have liked it. But with all that out of the way, I would have to give Sam Cap a 6.5 or maybe a 7 out of 10. It all depends on how I'm feeling, but it's around that range. So yeah, let me know what you think of all 4 of these figures down in the comment section below. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe, and I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.